$100 million.
One.
For instance, when Neil Young sold a
/ phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
This is ONN.
On the Ohio News Network, I'm Daniel Barnett. President Joe Biden was in Kentucky yesterday to have a first-hand look at the destruction left behind by deadly tornadoes over the weekend. Andrew Kinsey with affiliate station WBNS-TV in Columbus reports.
The death toll there in Kentucky alone now at 74. The president reminding those facing the conditions that they have support from their fellow Americans.
Where people just come out of nowhere to help as a community. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what America's supposed to be. There's no red tornadoes or blue tornadoes. There's no red states or blue states when this stuff starts to happen.
The president's pledging to support Kentucky's rebuilding and recovery efforts. I'm Andrew Kinsey.
And the Minnesota police officer previously convicted of murdering George Floyd appeared in court yesterday to plead guilty to federal charges. Yolanda Harris has more.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin is legally admitting guilt to a federal charge of violating George Floyd's civil rights. Chauvin pled guilty Wednesday, and it means he will not face a federal trial in January. Chauvin could still end up spending more years behind bars. He was convicted this spring of state murder and manslaughter charges for pinning his knee against Floyd's neck during a May 2020 arrest. Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years in that case. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Daniel Barnett on the Ohio News Network.
Live and local conversation for the Ohio Valley continues shortly, here on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Oh, there's something so real about living local, and I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I'm loving living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I'm loving living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Hi, this is Stacy Spry from Spry's Mail Center Plus. It's that time of year to get your packages to your loved ones for the holiday. We send UPS, FedEx, DHL, and the United States Post Office. We're also the official shipper for Ohio Valley favorites like Patsy's Pizza, Figueretti's Spaghetti Sauce, Jebbia's Fruit Baskets, and Coleman's Fish. Just give us a call and we'll make all the arrangements. As always, we do copies, faxes, emails, scanning, mailbox rental, and much more. Once again, we're teaming up with WKKX for Letters to Santa, so have your kiddos stop by with their letters to read on air by Santa himself. For any shipping or office needs, call me, Stacy Spry, at 304-232-1885. And finally, thank you for giving my family the pleasure of serving you and your family for over 14 years. Happy holidays from all of us at Spry's Mail Center Plus.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
With all the madness in Washington, Senator Manchin never stops fighting for West Virginia. He's protecting workers and our families. Senator Manchin, thank you for fighting against higher taxes and inflation. Gas and groceries are expensive enough. Call Senator Joe Manchin and thank him for fighting for us and opposing bills that will raise prices for West Virginia families. And ask him to never stop fighting for West Virginia. Paid for by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and supported by the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Getting a live Christmas tree to plant after the holidays? Well, here are some tips. In the house, keep it away from heat sources that could wake it up out of dormancy. You don't want that. Dig your hole now before the ground freezes. Or if you plan to wait till spring, you need to protect roots from extreme cold with mulch or straw. And move it from the warm house to an unheated area like a garage temporarily to make the transition outside more gentle. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Ohio chapter of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by January 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Thursday. Mostly cloudy with a few showers on and off through the day, a high near 62. Those showers continue through the overnight with a low of about 34. You'll see mostly cloudy skies around for your Friday, with highs in the low to mid-50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Hey, boy, what day is this?
Why, it's Christmas, sir.
That's wonderful!
We've got to get everybody back in the Christmas spirit.
You know, deck them halls and all that stuff.
Well, deck the halls.
Kind of the reason for the season.
You know, you're standing under the mistletoe.
Santa's coming!
Santa's coming to town!
Santa! Oh, my God!
So, what do you want for Christmas?
My favorite show. Well, you got it.
Showtime.
We're jingling your bells all holiday long. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe, FM 98.1 and 97.7.
It's cloudy outside, but man, is it warm for December the 16th. We're at 57 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. 57 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. 57 degrees. At the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. 64 predicted high for the day today. Excuse me, a little breezy, mostly cloudy. Some sun will peek in and out throughout the day today, but maybe some showers coming in late this evening. But man, 64 the predicted high, and already we are at 57 degrees. We've talked about a couple of serious things this morning. We have to do that from time to time. How likely are teacher or state employee pay raises to get serious consideration in the legislature? Hoppy Kirchville and I talked about that. We also talked about the McKinley-Mooney race, which is going to be the big race of the election season next year in West Virginia. There are going to be some local races I think that are going to be interesting too. We have to wait and see who's filing for different offices, but some of what I'm hearing is we could have some interesting races locally as well. So Hoppy and I were kicking that stuff around. We just got done talking to West Virginia's Professor of the Year, Steve Crinity is from the English department at West Liberty University. He struck me as a pretty good guy. Biff, I'll bet when you were at Waynesburg, did you have a professor or two that you thought were particularly good?
Yeah, I did.
I think all of us have had that, whether it's in high school and or college. There's always one or two that just really stand out, whether you get to know them personally or they get to know you personally or their techniques are so good. Sometimes they're the ones that you hated when they were, I don't know about you, Biff, but sometimes they're the ones you hated when you had them. And then afterwards you go, yeah, that actually, they were good teachers. But I love looking back on the teachers I had. High school in particular, junior high school, and even some of my college profs. Now, the one guy who threw me out of class in college, he wasn't one of my favorite people. The other guy who gave me, I think, an F in comparative literature, I wasn't real happy with him. But on the whole, I had some pretty good teachers. Crunetti sounded like a pretty good guy. Sounded like he's the kind of teacher that the kids would really appreciate learning from. I love teachers that try and think outside the box, do different kinds of things, and so on. So, and look, how can you be a bad teacher if you are recommended for Professor of the Year from a sociology teacher and the comic book guy, Jeremy Lawrence, the comic book guy at West Liberty. Jeremy, I think, is now like associate provost or something like that. But he's always to us the comic book guy. He was a great guest several times talking about comic books, and we should get him back and talk about comic books again. Forget about West Liberty, just talk about comic books. Anyway, those are the serious things we've been talking about this morning. We've also had some fun stuff. We were talking about Biff and his decorations, the value of Santa Claus's house. The Zillow.com website values it at $1 million. And Steve from St. C says that's ridiculous. It's a magical house, a magic workshop, got magical elves, got magical reindeer, acres and acres of property. Surely it's got to be worth more than $1 million. This is Santa's house. So, but this is a perfect example of real estate. Realtors, and Zillow is a bunch of realtors. Realtors calculate things based on the numbers. This building is worth X because the building next to it was sold for Y, and the building across the street was sold for Z, so your building is worth this. And I've had this experience, and I've said, yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm going to sell it for a different price. Well, you can't do that. That's the price system. No. There are things that make it worth more. So Zillow calculates the Santa's house at the North Pole is $1 million. Actually, what was the total number? I forget. 1,106,000, something like that.
Yeah, it was like 1.7 million.
And I think part of that's location, the old realtor thing, well, who wants a place at the North Pole? Yeah, but it's Santa Claus's house on the North Pole. With elves and reindeer and Rudolph. And a magic workshop. And anyways, we've been talking about that. We also were talking about sharing tips. I had the story of a woman who received a $4,000 tip for a big party. She handed a big party at a restaurant, 40 people at the party. She got a $4,000 tip. Very excited, had college loans to pay off. She was really happy about this. And her manager said, give it to me. You don't get to keep it. We'll give you 20%, and the rest of us will share the $4,000. The guy who gave her the tip said, give it back. No, that's not what I wanted, so just give me the money back. And then they fired the girl. She does have a new job, though. She did get a new job. So we've been talking about all this kind of stuff. And coming up, I'm going to talk about how long is too long to wait for your food. Some interesting statistics I came across there. 9:18 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. If you have something on your mind, please text me, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, or call me. The CityNet hotline is open and available to y'all at 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK. I got I think this is on Facebook. Might have been a text. Anyways, I got a question that was sent to me yesterday, and I don't have an answer, so I come to you people. Howard, do you know of any local organizations taking donations of clothing or household items like towels, sheets, blankets that would be delivered to the people of Kentucky and all the victims of the tornadoes. If you do, please talk about it on your morning show. I do not. I'm sure somebody does. There's got to be some kind of an organization set up to collect these kind of things. Biff, I haven't heard about anybody locally, like, you know, when we had the floods in southern West Virginia, the puppet master, a bunch of other people too, you know, got trucks and loaded them up with stuff and took them down. I haven't heard of anything like that, but I'm sure there's some place you could.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I don't. I haven't heard, but immediately the first place that came to mind was Red Cross.
Good point. Excellent point. Yeah, excellent point. To the person who sent me this, I don't actually have an answer. I think Biff may give you your best suggestion. Call the Red Cross locally. Tell them what you're interested in. They may have something arranged. There may be, you know, several Red Cross agencies around the region, maybe collecting things. I don't know. If any of you do know, text me at 304-214-1600 or call me if you want to, but texting is fine. Any local organizations taking donations of clothing or household items like towels and sheets and so on to provide to the victims of the tornadoes, because that was a terrible, terrible. There was an E4. That was an E4 that went through, I think, which is E5 is the highest, right? I think there was an E4 tornado that went through.
Yeah, I think E5 is as high as it goes on the scale.
E4 is pretty bad. So if, I don't have an answer to the question, but I think Biff may have given you the best suggestion. Call the Red Cross and see if they have any ideas. That'd be a good place to start. It's 9:20 in the morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Politics, but not in our local area. I'm sure by now you know that the TV show host, Dr. Oz, is running for the Senate in Pennsylvania. Now, he doesn't live in Pennsylvania, didn't grow up in Pennsylvania, didn't go to college in Pennsylvania. He's just running for Senate in Pennsylvania. In fact, if you go to his website for his campaign, there is virtually nothing about what he's going to do for Pennsylvania on his website. It's all about the national issues and, you know, Trumpism and a bunch of different kinds of things like that. But he's running for the Senate, and he's running on his name, you know, because he's a TV star. And TV stars tend to have a leg up on anybody else who would be running. Well, we know him, of course, on TV as Dr. Oz. His name is Mehmet Oz. He is Mehmet Oz, and that's his name. He is a doctor, no question about that. But apparently a number of media outlets, and in his particular case, he's upset with the Philadelphia Inquirer, who, when they write a story about him, whenever they write stories about him, running for Senate, they simply say, Mehmet Oz is running. And he is all ticked off bit because he wants to know, why don't they call me Dr. Oz? Everybody knows me as Dr. Oz. Once again, this is the old, they're trying to silence me. They're canceling me out. They're using your name. They're using your name. But here he is telling an interviewer that he thinks he's being silenced because the Philadelphia Inquirer won't call him Dr. Oz.
The Inquirer hates that I'm empowering you, hates that I'm taking on some of the established folks, hates that the entrepreneurial solutions that I'm offering might make sense, and they don't like that I say what I see, so they want to silence me. And I tell you, it is shocking that it would make them that uncomfortable this early in my campaign, but I think it's reflective of the movement we represent.
Well, they're trying to cancel you. I saw your Twitter. That's what you said.
Why would the Inquirer get involved in this process? Why would they not want to call me Dr. Oz? Everyone knows I'm Dr. Oz, but they don't think it's the right thing to do. They think it gives me an unfair advantage.
Well, it does. It does. It does give you an unfair advantage. I'm trying to think of another example of a public person who runs for office and then would use the name that he's known by on TV as opposed to his real name. Dr. Oz is, you know, air quotes, Dr. Oz. It's a character. It's a TV host. Mehmet Oz is this guy. I mean, you're not silencing you. You're trying to get the advantage by using your TV stardom as a leg up on this campaign. I just found that really bothersome about, they're trying to silence me because they won't call me Dr. Oz. Everybody knows I'm Dr. Oz. Well, okay. Be like if I ran for office and I would say, I'd like you to call me the radio guy, please. No. You're Howard Monroe. If you're going to run for office, you're Howard Monroe. I prefer if you'd said, I'm Howard Monroe of the Watchdog Morning Show. No, that's not who's running for office. Anyway, now I'm not a fan of Dr. Oz, I'll be honest with you. I think he has put out a huge amount of misinformation over the years, particularly in conjunction with COVID. But the Philadelphia Inquirer's doing the right thing. When you run for office, you're not running as a TV character. You're running as Dr. Oz, at least, or you're running as Mehmet Oz. You are running as who you are. So I wanted to share that with you. I thought it was a little bizarre. And of course, if everybody uses it, they're trying to silence me, or it's cancel culture. Not everything is cancel culture. There is cancel culture. I don't disagree that sometimes it's out there. I think you would agree with me, Diff. There are occasions where we're trying to, quote, cancel people. But they're not trying to cancel him. Feel free to run for office, sir. Just run as who you are. You're Mehmet Oz. Maybe, I don't know, maybe tell the people of Pennsylvania what it is you're going to do for, well, Pennsylvania. Just a thought. 9:25 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. So how long will you wait for your food? I want to talk about that. Got a really interesting poll I came across. Not a poll, it's a survey that was done about how long we are willing to wait for our food at a fast food place, at a walk-up place, at a sit-down restaurant, all kinds of interesting food stuff. So I'm going to share that, some of those things with you coming up in a couple of minutes. Right now it's 9:26, 26 after the hour, 57 degrees on a Thursday here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
On the last talk line on Metro News, West Virginia Congressman Alex Mooney on his vote not to hold Mark Meadows in contempt.
We're degrading Congress and, frankly, politics in this country. When election's over, the way
by offering the
blame. Just did.
Stockings are
the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
The Watchdog Network wants you to take time for yourself and your family this season and enjoy some of the events around our valley. The gallery at Towngate hosts the exhibit This Is Me, featuring the artwork of Ogilvy Institute's Curator of Exhibitions, Lisa Rasmussen. The exhibit is on display through January 15th. The gallery at Towngate, open 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday and during all Towngate events.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi, host of the CityNet Statewide Sports Line right here on Metro News. Join the Senator, Brad Howe, Coach Greg Hunter, and myself as we discuss the day's biggest sports stories, talking with coaches, former players, and sports writers from all over the state and across the nation, bringing you the latest from the high schools, colleges, and the pro game. So don't miss the CityNet Statewide Sports Line weeknights at 6:06 here on the Metro News Radio Network and streaming live at WVMetronews.com.
Our countdown to Christmas continues on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe on AM 1600 and 1370.
The twinkling of the lights, the Santa carols fill the household. Old Saint Nick has taken flight with a heart on board, so please be careful. Each year I ask for many different things, but now I know what my heart wants you to bring. So please just fall in love with me this Christmas. There's nothing
Oh, there's all kinds of Christmas songs. Of course, the traditional carols and the traditional secular songs like Frosty or Rudolph, and then some of the newer songs like that one from Michael Bublé is always kind of fun to hear. One of my favorite Christmas songs, Biff, do you know the song "In the Bleak Midwinter" by James Taylor? Have you ever? You probably have heard it. Do you recognize that song?
Yeah.
That is one of my absolute favorite songs. My wife gets upset because I ask my Amazon personal assistant from time to time to just play it out of nowhere. We'll be sitting in the living room, and so I'll ask her to play "In the Bleak Midwinter" by James Taylor. I love that song. To me, it represents the winter season, and it represents what Christmas is all about. I mean, it represents the birth of Christ and so on. It's just, I love that song. But I love all kinds of Christmas music, and I'll be brutally honest. I'm happy with the Christmas radio station that plays it all the time. If I'm not listening to talk radio, I listen to Christmas music. But our house is all Christmassy. We've got the Christmas decorations up. We watch TV is always on the Hallmark Channel. We're watching Hallmark Christmas movies continuously this time of year. And if I'm here by myself, for example, if my wife goes out for a while, does shopping or something, I'll turn TV off and I'll play Christmas music. I'll sit and read a book and play Christmas music. I just love that. And we'll pick up some more Christmas music for you as next week comes by. And actually, next Thursday, the day before Christmas Eve, our good friend Donnie Gilbert is going to do a special Christmas Eve holiday music show here on the Watchdog. On next Thursday, from 3 until 5 o'clock, Donnie will be in, and God help us, he'll probably have a crew of characters with him, singing some songs and playing some music and having holiday talk. So next Thursday, Christmas Eve from 3 to 5, it will be the Donnie Gilbert Holiday Special for you here on the Watchdog. And, of course, all next week, don't forget, beginning on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 5 o'clock in the evening, it will be Letters to Santa Claus. Jolly old St. Nicholas will be reading letters that were sent to him by folks here up in the Upper Ohio Valley. Lots of schools received information about how to get the letters to Santa. We'll place the big phone call in the evening, and Santa will be talking and reading the letters. And, of course, the elves will be in the studio. You know, the good thing is, Biffy, our whole building is torn up so bad, the elves probably can't make it any worse this year, right?
It'd be hard to.
I mean, we're still recovering from that little mini flood we had a couple of months ago that came through the studio when a water line broke and literally came right through the middle of our building. So
yeah, that was in July.
Kind of a mess there. Was it July? Has it
yeah,
been that long?
It was July.
Half a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right then. Well, still kind of a bit of a mess. So usually I worry about the elves creating problems and messing things up, but heck, you know what? Hard to make it any worse right now. So the elves will be here. Santa will be on the phone line. Donnie will be. Oh my God, I'm thinking Donnie and the elves together on Thursday.
Oh boy.
Oh my Lord. hour.
Oh, look out. Look out.
Oh, that could be something. And then on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, just so you know, we'll have, beginning at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve and all day Christmas, it'll be continuous Christmas music here on the Watchdog. We'll be at Hoppy, and Dave Weekley will be on for a while. We'll have a couple of programs in the morning. Biff and I are off on Christmas Eve. And are we off on Monday, too?
I believe so.
I think we are. So it'll be a couple of days. Biff and I will be away. A nice long holiday break. We can see that way we can play with our toys that we got, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of toys I might get, but and you know what's embarrassing? I always hope I do get a toy. I don't. It sounds silly, you know, as an adult. I kind of want a toy. I still want to open up a toy. Oh, I'm sure my wife will have underwear, you know, or Howard, here's a new pair of pants for you. And I will say, I hope they're exactly the same as the ones I wear, because I only wear one pair of pants. I mean, I change pants, but it's the same style over and over again. So, but I'd like a toy. Maybe a top, a spinning top. Haven't had one of those for a while. Anyway, a lot of Christmas programming coming up for you next week. Letters to Santa Claus every night. The Donnie Gilbert Holiday Special, 3 to 5 o'clock on Thursday. The continuous Christmas music on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Lots of fun stuff for you. So be around for all that. All right, 9:35, 25 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Let's grab some headlines from Metro News. Billy D's got morning sports for you, and we'll head into the home stretch here on our Thursday.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West leadership this hour to make what he's calling a major announcement, most likely regarding the remaining 100. Natasha Carter and her mother Susan Carter were last seen in August of 2000. A West Virginian charged in connection with the January 6th U.S. Capitol riots faces prison time when she's sentenced in federal court tomorrow. Metro News statewide correspondent Brad McElhaney has been following the case of Grayson Courtwright.
Prosecutors are recommending 6 months of jail time for Grayson Courtwright, a 24-year-old Hurricane resident who is pleading guilty to a single charge from her surge into the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
Courtwright was seen on surveillance video holding a U.S. Senate members-only sign. Morgantown firefighters and city leaders remain at odds over an issue with holiday back pay. A lawsuit filed in 2019 claims the city only paid firefighters for 12 hours of work during holiday shifts when those employees actually worked for 24 hours. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Retired Major General and State Interagency Task Force Director Jim Hoyer is being recognized for his work to get West Virginia through the COVID-19 pandemic. YMCA of Kanawha Valley President and CEO Sarah Bolliard says they're honoring Hoyer with the Spirit of the Valley Award.
Because of his incredible commitment to the state over the last 18 months throughout COVID, but also from his decades-long career with the National Guard.
The annual award is given to someone who makes a difference in the community. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Carrie Hudasek.
Well, the Pittsburgh Steelers returned to the practice fields Wednesday. An update on T.J. Watt. Looks like he's cleared to play in Sunday's game against the Tennessee Titans. T.J. was involved in a very light workout Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday means one thing. Ben Roethlisberger speaks with the media, and he spoke to the media Wednesday afternoon. He had this comment on being the most sacked quarterback ever in the National Football League.
That I played a long time, and I held on to the ball too long.
Well, Ben feels like he may not be back next year, right? So he's got 4 regular season games remaining. And is he focused in the final 4 weeks of the regular season?
I'm living right here, right now, and we gotta make a run. You know, we gotta play good football, and we gotta play great football, and that starts with me. So I can't get caught looking at the end because I need to focus on right here and this week.
But the big news in the National Football League is former Ohio State football coach Urban Meyer. He is now unemployed. That's right, Jacksonville fired him after a 2-11 season. His replacement, offensive coordinator Darrell Bevell. 2-11. By the way, don't feel sorry for him. I'm sure the payout is worth millions and millions of dollars to the Urban Meyer family. Penguins will be back in action Friday night when they host Buffalo. Speaking of hockey, a good night on the road for the Nailers. They defeated Norfolk by the score of 7-2. College football recruiting, well, the West Virginia class of 2022 ranked number 32 according to Rivals. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic.
So I got my dad this weird new tool for Christmas, and at first he thought it looked kind of crazy.
Of the International Society of Arboriculture at treesforohio.org. That's trees, the number 4, ohio.org.
With the new law, more people qualify for financial assistance at healthcare.gov. Real customers like Taylor.
You know, I wish people knew how easy it was to get health coverage. This new law has made it so affordable. I'm only paying $52 a month, but there are quality plans for even less.
New law, lower prices, more people qualify. Enroll by January 15th at healthcare.gov.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The Watchdog Network wants you to take time for yourself and your family this season and enjoy some of the events around our valley. Ogilvy Institute's Mansion Museum's holiday decorating exhibit, Holidays at the Mansion, is on display through January 9th. Admission is $10. 17 and under are free, accompanied by an adult. Call 242-7272 for more information. And happy holidays from the Watchdog.
This holiday season, give family and friends the gift of a night out at West Banco Arena and Capitol Theater. With tickets and gift certificate offerings, there's something for everyone. Call 304-233-7000. That's 304-233-7000.
Toyotathon is on, making now the best time to reserve one of the all-new additions to the 22 Toyota lineup, like the first ever Corolla Cross, with available all-wheel drive and more space and efficiency than ever, or the all-new redesigned Tundra with uncompromising full-size power. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. But hurry, Toyotathon ends January 3rd. Toyota, let's go places.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
From our family to yours, season's greetings.
This is Biff from the Watchdog, wishing you a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from the Watchdog. AM 1600 WKKX and AM 1370 WVLY.
This is another sound of the season. You're listening to the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
In the bleak midwinter, icy wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone. Snow on snow had fallen, snow on snow on snow.
I love that song. I just absolutely love that song. In particular, the James Taylor version that we have there, but it's a great song, In the Bleak Midwinter. And as I said earlier, I just play this song out of nowhere. In the middle of the day, I'll just suddenly say, let's play the song, and I tell my Amazon personal assistant to play the song. So thank you, Biff. I appreciate that, because I love that song. I absolutely love that song. Hey, speaking of the Amazon personal assistant, and you know who we're talking about?
Yes.
Alexa. Okay, I don't think. No, she heard me. We don't mention this often enough, but I sit in the living room a lot, and I use the Amazon personal assistant to play music and do different things. We should mention that you can use your Amazon personal assistant to listen to us. What you need to do is simply say her name, Alexa, and then say, play 1370 WVLY from TuneIn, okay? Or say, Alexa. No, I'm not telling you. No. Cancel that. No, I'm not telling you to do that. Or you can do the same thing. Say, Alexa, play WKKX from TuneIn Radio, or from TuneIn. So if you want to listen to us throughout your house, cancel. I wonder if there's a sensitivity level I can lower that so she doesn't respond to everything. Anyway, we don't often mention that enough. If you want to listen to us using your personal assistant, just say the call letters and then say from TuneIn, and you'll be able to listen to us. So be sure to. That's just one of many ways. Sometimes I think we need to remind you of all the different ways you can listen to us. Certainly, you can listen on the air on AM 1370 and AM 1600. You can listen on FM 98.1 and FM 97.7. You can listen at watchdognetwork.com, where we have the streaming audio, 3 different options. You can listen to WKKX or WVOY, or when we do special high school sports games, you can listen on the sports stream. That's at watchdognetwork.com. You can listen through TuneIn Radio. Put that app on your smartphone or on your tablet, and you can take it with you wherever you go. And certainly you can also watch us and listen on our video feed, which is on the Watchdog page, the Watchdogs Facebook page, and my Facebook page, and also at YouTube. So lots of different ways to listen to us. Remember, they all work. They all give you the same audio. They all give you the same programming. So remember that, whether you're using your personal assistant, whether you're using your smartphone, your tablet, your computer, whether you're listening in your car, off the air, on AM, on FM, watching the video, all of that part of our Watchdog Network. 13 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Let's see, I got a couple. Man, I'm not getting to everything I wanted to get to today. I got a couple of things I want to talk about here. I want to remind you that Christmas on the Avenue is coming up in Moundsville this Sunday. No, Saturday. 18th is Saturday, right? This Saturday, 5 to 8, Christmas on the Avenue, 5th and Jefferson Avenues in Moundsville. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. They're going to have hay rides. They're going to have horse and carriage rides. They're going to have food trucks and hot chocolate like the Christmas tree. They'll have sugar cookie decorating and balloon making and ornament making and pictures with Santa. It's just going to be a lot of fun. Christmas on the Avenue in Moundsville. It's being sponsored by the Moundsville Arts and Culture Commission. It's totally free. Just go on down and hang out on the streets of Moundsville. That's a great event they've got coming up. And I want to remind you again, this coming Saturday in the morning, it is the Christmas food basket and toy giveaway put together by our friend Reverend Cummings and the folks at the Bethlehem Apostolic Temple. It begins at 10 o'clock in the North Wheeling Dream Center, but it goes on throughout the day. It is a drive-through for food, so if you just want the baskets of food, drive through in the back of the building. They'll place food in your car. If you have kids, and the kids must be with you, they will have toys available inside. I mean, they've got all kinds of toys, including bikes and so many other things. So you can check that out if you would like to. And they have clothing available as well. You have to be escorted into the building because of pandemic protocols. So Saturday, beginning at 10 o'clock, first come, first serve, but they've got a lot of stuff. So toys, clothing, food, all sponsored by the Bethlehem Apostolic Temple. And I think you should be aware of that. And then finally, I want to point you to next Tuesday. The Ohio County Lunch with Books program is their annual Christmas event, if you will, the Christmas special with Don Feenerty. Don is a great guy. I've known Don for a long time. Ran a photography shop. And he's just a great guy. But he lives what he calls the simple life. He lives on a farm in rural Belmont County. If you ever follow his Facebook page, he's got goats and sheep and all kinds of things he talks about. And he did this last year at the library. So this is the second annual Simple Life Christmas special with Don Feenerty. All right. Last year's event, by the way, broke the attendance records at the Ohio County Library. They had viewers from as far away as Ireland watching online. So Don will talk about simple things you can do at the holiday season to enjoy yourself, simple gifts that you can make yourself and, give away in a very simple way. There also will be some musical performances during the event with traditional holiday music and so on. So the Ohio County Public Library Lunch with Books program, I don't know if this is going to be online only. Some of these shows are online. They're always online at the Lunch with Books at the library's Facebook page and YouTube page. I don't know if this is going to be in person or not. My notes here, I don't think tell me that. Yes, it is. You can be in person. In person at the public library Tuesday at noontime, or you can watch on their YouTube channel or their Facebook page. So check it out. Don's a great guy, and he has interesting perspective on life. So it's just one more Christmassy thing for you to do. Take a little break on Tuesday and enjoy it. That's at noon on Tuesday. All right, 9 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Biff, I haven't seen a note yet. Do we have Bob Westfall with us yet? Bob Westfall is here from the Big 7, WTRF TV. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Howard. How are you?
Oh, I'm counting down to Christmas. But I told Aaron this morning, I feel like maybe I'm Rip Van Winkle, because I felt like I slept through to springtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of how it feels out there with the weather. It's gorgeous out there right now. I mean, I don't mind the cloud cover if it's
57, the last temperature I checked.
Right, I don't mind the cloud cover if it's going to be like warm like that. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm not a winter person. I was just telling Katie here.
And I think we're going to hit.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I think we're going to hit. Aaron told me we could hit a record high today of 64.
I know. I heard that. I was like, oh, okay, all right, that'll work for me too. But anyway, so I'm fine with that kind of weather. I always thought that I would never be one of those snowbirds that go to Florida and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, as I get older, I don't know. It doesn't sound so bad. But anyway.
Christmas in the sunshine is okay with you, you think?
Yeah. I don't know about Florida, but, someplace like that. But anyway.
I got you. I'm still a winter guy, though. One of the reasons I like the Ohio Valley is we get all 4 seasons, and I like all of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish winter was shorter.
Yeah. We get all 4 seasons sometimes in one day. So.
There is that, too.
There is that. I mean, I worked 20 years in Cleveland, so I 6 foot of snow was not unusual. So I guess I can handle just about anything. Anyway.
Yep.
So
what are you
anyway.
working on at the Big 7 today? Anything exciting?
All right. We had that drive-by shooting last week in New Martinsville. New Martinsville police have released the man's person that they are looking for, Quaylen McClendon. He is actually considered armed and dangerous. Man has connections in Morgantown, Washington, Manessa, and Pittsburgh, PA. They say the 2 men were chasing each other on the back streets in Martinsville, if you remember. One man fired a gun, hit a home in a vehicle he's chasing on Cox Street. Anyway, McClendon is 20 years old, 6'1", black male, 185, black hair, brown eyes, medium build, and they say he has a matted mustache. That comes from Police Chief Cecil in New Martinsville. So they do have a suspect, and they are on alert to look for this man. So that story continues today. So a little bit on that. Like I said, the big thing is the weather today. Aaron's up there now. Zach will be in later this afternoon, so we'll have that. Just some windy weather, not nearly as bad as what it was Friday night into Saturday, but we'll be following on that. See, a couple of the stories. I like this story. Ashley Kaiser's going to work on this today. We're going to talk to a couple of the staff at Augusta Levy. Everybody's talking about Christmas gifts, but you know, if you got a child with autism, sometimes what's good for one wouldn't be good for another child. So we're going to find out what are the gifts that a child with autism would like, would need, and things like that. I think that's a good story. So I always love working with Augusta Levy, Stacy Stephen, and those people out there. So I'm looking forward to this story. So I think that's a good one.
That's a really good perspective, too. I never thought about that. Autistic kids have maybe a different kind of need for Christmas gifts. Really good thinking on somebody's part there.
Oh, that would be me. Anyway.
Okay. Good job, Bob.
Yeah. Word of warning, the traffic backups that we saw yesterday afternoon are probably going to happen again today with the lane changes. I mean, it's the I guess the worst before the storm. I don't even know how to say that. Anyway, I know we're going to deal with it today, but this is going to lead to the lanes opening up in Elm Grove. This is going to lead up to the exit ramp going into downtown to be opened up next week. So we got to deal with it one more day. My thought to you is if you don't have to travel between the hours of noon and 4 o'clock, because I left at 5:30 and I had no trouble getting onto 70 westbound and going home to Brilliant. So, but it is going to happen again today. I talked to Tony Clark yesterday with Department of Highway. He said that was part of the problem. Increased holiday people out traveling, so that's a problem. So if you're out today, you've been warned. The traffic will back up. It'll back up on 70. It will back up on 470. We were getting calls yesterday wondering what kind of accidents there were. I think we had one fender bender that entire time. There were no accidents. This was just congestion from the construction and them cleaning up some of the areas. It's like you can't automatically take a barrier out of the way. You've got to do some work to get it out there. So if you're out driving later this afternoon, be prepared.
I got stuck in that yesterday on 70. I knew that 470 was backed up because when I had left the house, I could look up and see 470 backed up all the way, and I knew it was going to be backed up all day. And so I was aware for the 470 backup. Didn't realize 70 was going to get it, so we're coming home right around 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish. Man, just come to a dead stop right there on 70. I mean, and stuck sitting there in that traffic. And you know what irritates me, Bob? Then there are people who come zipping by in the berm of the road, like they think somehow they're going to get ahead of everybody.
Right.
You know, we're all sitting there waiting in line, and somebody comes zoom right past you.
Yeah, I always
buddy,
wonder
you're not
about-
going anywhere.
Because when you get to the bridges, that berm kind of disappears. So I just wonder where they think they're going. But I'll tell you what.
It just irritates me.
I don't even want to tell you what I think. But anyway, because if I just turn the car a little bit to the left.
Go ahead, let it out, Bob. Let it out. Come on.
But anyway, what I do now when I go home before I pull out of the parking lot is I pull up the 7 News app, which has the area traffic cameras on the app. So I take a look at that. I look at the 250 interchange, and I look at the Wheeling Tunnel, and if it's clear, I go home. So that's another reason.
That is I forgot about those cameras being on there. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah.
So what I do is I get on our app, take a look. I take a look at the traffic cameras. It's easy to find. You click on the menu. It even says traffic cameras. You hit that, and then you pick the traffic camera you want to look at. And you take a look. I mean, if you're going to Highlands, you want to know if traffic is messed up there. punch up the Cabela Drive traffic camera. So, like I said, having the app is like huge. In addition to knowing what's going on when it comes to the news, you know what's going on if you're trying to go somewhere, especially right now.
Traffic and weather. Yeah.
Everybody's out for Christmas shopping.
Yeah, that's a great point. All right, Bob, I encourage everybody to download the app, watch the TV, and watch the website. And I will talk to you tomorrow to wrap up the week. Thanks a lot, my friend.
All right, man. All right, take it easy, my friends.
And Biff, I will be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock on the Go Around the Big Gig. Are you back with me?
Back to close out the week.
We'll keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
And at this point, so is the booster.
Well, that was not one of our better days, Biff. Yeah, we got it done, but, you know, a lot of days when I don't have much planned at the end of the day, I'm going, hey, that turned out all right. I did not feel like it turned out all right today. I mean, we got by, had a couple of good segments, but just I don't know, wasn't properly planned. I didn't really know where I was going with some of this stuff, and nothing gelled. You know, usually when the day like this, something will kick in and just sort of takes over, and it just didn't today. I am disappointed in myself today that we didn't do any better. But we made it through to 10, and that's the important thing. So tomorrow, as far as I know, all I've got is McCabe, although in the middle of the show I got a phone call, which I can't take because it's on my phone, because I broadcast on my phone. Got a phone call from Owens Brown, so I don't know if he wants to come on or what the story there is. I'll have to check that out. And maybe I'll find something else to do. Maybe we'll do the Christmas Carols from Hell tomorrow. I sent you those couple of clips, right? All right, we'll do that stuff. And said before, I hope you don't get upset having a little bit of fun with me on your holiday decorations. Whatever you do is okay with me. I just think it's kind of fun for us to play around with. But I'm just having fun with you. I don't want you to get upset. Copy said apparently I got him in trouble. So. All right. As far as I know, I'm going to be around here all day, and if you need me, call me. Otherwise, I'll be I'll talk to you in the morning. All right. Thanks, Biff. I appreciate it. Bye.
And helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The prosecution is expected to rest today at the trial of the former Minneapolis police officer charged in the shooting death of a black man. Kim Potter says she grabbed her gun by mistake. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
An emotional Aubrey Wright breaking down on the stand as a picture of him and his son was shown in court.
We had a close relationship. He was my